Hello dreamers, and welcome to Dreaming Isle. I'm here to guide you into a calm and magical place tonight. Before we begin, take a moment to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps bring more dreamers to our little corner of the stars. And if you'd like, share in the comments, what's the world outside your window like right now? Now, find your cozy spot. Let go of the day, and let the story begin. The wind here never stops screaming. It howls across the barren ice fields, rattling my teeth, whispering secrets I wish I couldn't hear. Even with my hood pulled tight and my scarf iced to my beard, the cold finds its way in, like tiny knives pressed against my flesh. I am Kael of the Exiles. Once I wore the red wolf cloak of the tribe scouts. Now I wear rags and furs stitched from whatever I could scavenge. I was cast out for crimes I don't speak of, because even I don't want to remember them. My footprints stretch behind me, filling slowly with blowing snow. The sun is little more than a red smear on the horizon, refusing to warm anything. Days and nights blend together here. The difference is only how hungry you are when you fall asleep. I stop at a ridge. Below me lies the frozen river. It glows pale in the dying light, split by dark cracks that look like runes scratched by a drunken god. I know what waits beneath that ice. I've heard it moving at night, seen the shapes pressed against the underside, watching, waiting. I grip my spear harder. Frost clings to the haft, biting my fingers. The wind shifts, carries a voice, not human. It calls my name in a tongue older than any tribe. Kael. I flinch. My breath fogs in the frozen air. I want to run, but there's nowhere to go. I'm already past the lands the tribe hunts, past the place even the hunters call cursed. My heart pounds. The wind dies for a moment. Silence presses on me like the weight of a grave. Then the voice returns. Soft. Hungry. Come to me. I close my eyes. My teeth chatter. The spirits of this land are real. We all know it. That's why they cast me out, because I talk to them. Because they talk back. The wind picks up again. My name scatters like ash across the ice. I take one step forward, then another. I don't know if I'm chasing salvation or damnation, but there's no turning back now. The river ice groans under my weight. My boots slip on the polished surface, the wind scraping my exposed skin raw. I keep my head down, watching the cracks crawl beneath me. They shift as I walk. Something moves in the dark water below, its bulk breaking old bubbles, pressing shapes to the ice that shouldn't exist. I don't look too long. If you watch them, they watch back. Halfway across, I stop. There's something carved in the ice, frost filling the grooves. Runes. Old as sin. I kneel, breath ragged. My fingers brush the marks. They burn cold. The tribes say these symbols hold the old gods at bay. But these are wrong. Twisted. Changed. Kael. The voice is softer now. I can't tell if it's above me or in my skull. You know these signs. I swallow hard. I do. I carved them once. Long ago, before exile. My hands remember the movements even if I deny it. The elders caught me scrawling them on the longhouse beams. Called it a death curse. Cast me out. My breath mists. My fingers tremble over the runes. They hum with power, hungry for blood. My blood. Finish them, the voice coaxes. I jerk my hand back. My heart pounds. The ice below me splits. A crack runs between my feet, wide and black. Shapes move beneath it. Fingers? Claws? I scramble away, boots skidding. My spear clatters. I grab it and run. Behind me, the crack spreads, black water rising in slow bubbles that pop with a hiss like whispered laughter. I don't look back. The wind howls. The old gods laugh with it. I don't know how long I run. The sun is gone, leaving only bruised twilight. My breath burns in my chest. Frost forms in my beard. Eventually I stumble, falling hard on one knee. My hand sinks into snow crusted with old blood. Not mine. The wind screams overhead, but something else answers. A long moan, deep and hollow, that vibrates in my bones. I force myself up. Ahead, a dark shape looms. A hill split open like a rotten tooth. The cave mouth yawns black, breath steaming from it like something alive. I approach slowly, spear raised. The stink hits me first. Rot, old fur, animal dung. But under it, something metallic. Blood, frozen in spattered arcs. Inside, shapes move. I hear claws scraping stone. Breathing. Kael. The voice is waiting in the dark. Come in. My fingers tighten on the spear. My heart thuds. Every instinct screams to run. But there's nowhere else. The river is behind me. The tribe won't have me, and the things that hunt in the dark don't fear the cold. I step into the cave mouth. Darkness swallows me. The wind outside dies in an instant. Silence wraps around me like a burial shroud. Something moves deeper in. I smell wet earth. Blood. Old magic. You're home, the voice purrs. My stomach turns. I keep walking. The cave walls close in around me. Damp, cold, slick with moss that crunches under frost. My torch sputters, sending twisted shadows crawling like insects. Shapes hang from the ceiling. Bones tied with sinew, feathers stiff with blood. Charms. Wards. But they don't keep things out. They keep things in. I press on. The voice hums through the stone. You remember this place. I grip my teeth. My breath mists. Memories claw at me. Nights I snuck away from the tribe. Whispered prayers to the old gods. Promises. Kael. My name echoes, bouncing off walls that seem too close, then too far. Speak to me. I swallow. My mouth is dry. My tongue sticks to my teeth. I whisper, "What are you?" Silence answers. Heavy. Thick. Then the shadows shift. A shape uncoils from the darkness ahead. Too big. Too many limbs. Eyes that catch the torchlight and reflect it in cold fire. It crawls closer. Bones crack. Flesh slithers. I am hunger. My knees weaken. I brace with my spear. The thing laughs, a sound like ice shattering. I fed on your prayers once. Your blood. You carved my name. I shake my head. Lie to yourself if you must, it hisses. The torch gutters. Almost goes out. But you came back. My fingers tighten until the skin splits. Blood drips. The thing leans forward, tongue tasting the air. Good, it whispers. My blood drips onto the cave floor. The thing in the dark hisses with pleasure. Closer, it urges. My knees threaten to buckle. My heart pounds in my skull. I can feel its hunger pressing against me, wrapping me in ice. I tighten my grip on the spear. It feels useless. A child's toy. I'm not yours, I snarl. The thing laughs. The sound echoes like falling stones. You carved my marks. Spoke my words. You are mine. Memories boil up. Nights under black skies. My knife cutting old runes into my own skin. Blood offerings. Promises. The tribe found the marks. Exiled me. Said I'd curse them. I raised the spear. My voice shakes. What do you want? The thing's eyes burn brighter. A pact. No. It lunges. My torch flares, throwing mad shadows. Claws scrape stone beside my head. Breath reeks of old blood. Listen, little exile. You will die out there. Alone. Freezing. Hungry. Here, you can live. I tremble. Give me your voice. Speak my words. Carry me. My mouth tastes of iron. And I will give you power. Enough to kill those who cast you out. Enough to survive. My breath rattles. My vision swims. Speak it. I feel the words clawing at my throat. Ancient. Wrong. My fingers loosen on the spear. I speak. The cave roars with laughter. Pain explodes through my chest. I fall to my knees, screaming. The sound bounces off the walls, turning into a chorus of mocking echoes. My blood feels like fire and ice at once. It burns in my veins, freezing my heart with every beat. The thing in the dark watches, its grin full of teeth too long for any jaw. Good, it purrs. Black light spills from my mouth. My eyes. My scars split open in weep darkness. I scrape at my chest, nails tearing skin. Underneath, the old runes blaze. The marks I carved as a boy. They burn bright, then sear black. You are mine. I collapse forward, drooling blood. My breath rattles. My heart slows. Speak. I whisper the words it teaches me. They come too easily. Old promises fulfilled. The thing leans close, breath cold on my neck. You will carry me. I sob once. My fingers twitch. The light dies. Silence crashes down. I lie in the dark, heart beating slow, deliberate. The pain fades to a cold numbness. When I stand, I feel it inside me. Watching. Waiting. My voice is not my own when I speak. I hear you. I grip my spear. My fingers are black to the bone. The wind howls outside the cave mouth. I walk toward it. The thing laughs, and I laugh with it. The wind outside greets me like an old enemy, slashing my face with ice. I stagger from the cave mouth, blinking tears that freeze on my lashes. The thing inside me whispers softly now, pleased. Go. I obey. Snow crunches under my boots. The sky is the color of old bones. The world is empty except for the wind and the sound of my own breathing, ragged and uneven. My fingers are black with frostbite or worse, the runes carved into them pulsing like tiny heartbeats. They glow faintly when I speak its words. Kael, it murmurs in my mind. We have work to do. I clutch my spear harder. My knuckles crack. Blood wells and freezes instantly. My feet carry me east, toward the tribal lands, toward the people who cast me out. I tell myself I don't want revenge, that I just want warmth, food, safety. But the thing laughs when I lie to myself. My stomach growls. I pass old hunting grounds. No game. The spirits here are angry, their marks scratched into trees like warning signs. But they don't stop me. They see what rides in my blood now. At dusk I find an old camp. Broken tents half buried in snow. Bones picked clean by crows. I sit in the ruins. Build no fire. Eat dried meat as hard as wood. The wind howls around me, but the thing's whispers drown it out. They will remember you. They will kneel. I close my eyes. Sleep is a mercy I no longer deserve. But it comes anyway. I dream of blood. Not warm, living blood, but black ichor seeping from old wounds, staining snow in wide arcs. The sky above is torn open like a mouthful of teeth. The thing waits for me there. A shape too large to see all at once. Eyes blinking open and shut in a slow, hateful rhythm. Limbs that end in claws, or fingers, or mouths. It speaks without moving. Kael, my dream self trembles. You were always mine, even before they cast you out. I try to deny it. My voice breaks. You carved my marks before you even knew my name. Memories slam into me. Nights under aurora-filled skies. A knife in my palm. Blood sizzling on cold stones as I whispered promises I didn't understand. The tribe found the carvings. Called them curses. Threw me into the white. You call to me. I fall to my knees in the dream. My fingers sink into snow that melts into blood. Say it, it commands. My throat burns. The words are there, waiting. Hungry. I scream them. The world splits. Light dies. I wake with a ragged gasp. Snow has drifted over me like a shroud. My eyes burn. My body aches. The thing purrs inside me. Good. Dawn is little more than gray light leaking from the horizon. I rise from the snow, joints stiff, breath smoking like a dying fire. My fingers are stiff claws. The runes on them glow faintly, pulsing with each heartbeat. I tighten my coat, sling my spear, and walk. The wind screams, but I ignore it. My ears are deaf to anything but the thing whispering just beneath my thoughts. East. Home. I laugh. It sounds like breaking ice. Hours pass. Maybe days. The sun crawls across the sky, offering no warmth. The world is white and dead. I cross the ice flats where the wind scours even the memory of warmth away. Shapes move under the ice. I don't look at them. They don't look at me. They know who I carry. At the edge of the flats, the land rises into hills thick with frozen pines. Their trunks are carved with old runes wards against me, against what I've become. I spit. The black phlegm steams on the snow. They think they can stop us. The thing laughs. Break them. I keep walking. My breath ragged. My heart slowing in the cold. But it beats. It beats because it wants me alive. By dusk I see them. Wardstones, black monoliths jutting from the snow, carved with thousands of old glyphs, bound with strips of leather, beads, and fetishes. Gifts for the spirits. They stand in a circle, enclosing the old trail back to the tribe. I stop at the edge. The wind dies. The thing inside me hisses. These kept me out once. I feel its hate pour through me like black fire. My skin prickles with frost and fever at once. Break them. My fingers twitch. The runes carved into them burn. I swallow. My mouth is full of blood. I raise my hand. The words slither in my throat. Kael, it whispers. Say them. I close my eyes. I speak. The words burn. The air cracks. The snow churns in furious spirals. The wardstones scream. Cracks race across their ancient surfaces. Glyphs flare and die, spitting sparks into the wind. One by one they shatter. Stone dust mixes with snow. Fetishes burn with black flame. Silence follows. I lower my hand. Blood drips onto the ice. Good, the thing purrs. Home awaits. I step over the ashes of the wardstones and keep walking. The village rises before dawn. I see the smoke first, thin lines curling from old chimneys, merging with gray sky. The houses hunch against the cold, built from dark timber and sod, roofs laden with ice. I smell wood smoke. Meat cooking. Life. My stomach twists. It has been days since I felt anything close to warmth. The thing inside me shivers with delight. Yours. I stand on a rise overlooking the village. Memories crawl like worms. Running through those alleys as a boy. Sitting by the central fire. Laughing. Until they dragged me out. Beaten. Bloodied. Threw me into the white. I spit black blood onto the snow. Show them, it whispers. Show them what they made. My fingers tremble on the spear. My breath mists. My eyes sting with tears that freeze on my lashes. I take one step forward, then another. The wind is silent now. Even it waits. I enter the village. The dogs smell me first. They cower, whine, slink into shadows. Doors slam. Eyes peek from shutters. I see their fear, and the thing inside me purrs. They see me before I reach the center. Old men with hunting spears. Women in ragged furs. Children peering from behind skirts. They know my face. They remember. The elder stands before the fire pit. Bent. Wrapped in a robe heavy with beads and bone charms. His eyes are white with cataracts, but sharp as flint. He smells me before he speaks. The rot in my blood. The words riding my breath. Kael. My name is a curse on his tongue. I stop 10 paces away. My fingers twitch on the spear. Silence falls over the village. Even the wind seems to hold its breath. The elder raises a trembling hand. We cast you out. I laugh. It cracks like ice. You thought the cold would kill me. It should have. My eyes burn. My mouth fills with blood. Say it, the thing hisses. My fingers flex. Runes glow under torn gloves. I lived, I whisper. My voice is my own and not. I spoke to them. I learned. The elder's face crumples. He falls to his knees. The others gasp. Monster, someone breathes. My lips peel back in a grin. Black ichor runs from cracked gums. Say it, the thing urges. But I don't. Not yet. Instead, I spit blood onto the frozen ground. Take me in, I rasp. Feed me, or watch me feed myself. The elder weeps. They didn't want to, but they let me in. The elder's hut was warm. Smoke from a dying fire. Old pelts layered thick. The stink of herbs and rotting meat. I sat cross-legged before him. My spear rested across my knees. Blood dripped from my fingers, soaking into the furs. He wouldn't meet my eyes. You shouldn't have come back. I laughed, black spittle flecking my beard. You think I had a choice? He shuddered. The thing inside me watched through my eyes. Its voice coiled around my heart. Speak the words. I bit my tongue. Blood pooled in my mouth. The elder coughed, voice cracking. What do you want, Kael? My breath steamed. Food. Fire. Shelter. And then, Silence. My teeth ground. The thing squirmed inside me. Say it. I swallowed. My voice dropped to a whisper. And then I want them to pay. The elder wept openly now. You'll damn us all. I leaned forward. My eyes burned. My words cracked like breaking bone. Too late. Good, the thing purred. They fed me. They had no choice. A pot of greasy stew. Red hard as old bone. I devoured it, black drool staining the rim of the bowl. The children watched from the shadows, eyes wide with horror. The elder sat beside me, hands shaking. He didn't eat. Outside, the wind howled. The sky darkened to a bruised purple. The thing inside me feasted, too. It whispered thanks I didn't want to hear. Good. Stronger. My fingers cracked, black fluid weeping from the carved runes. My heart beat slow and deliberate. I wiped my mouth with the back of my hand, leaving a smear of blood. Why did you come back? The elder croaked. I met his gaze. My eyes felt hollow. You know why. He sagged. Vengeance. I didn't answer. Say it, the thing urged. My mouth twitched. I didn't come for vengeance, I lied. The thing laughed. The elder closed his eyes. Leave it dawn. Don't speak to them. Don't show them what you've become. I snarled. They deserve to see. He raised a shaking hand. Please. My breath rattled. I felt the words in my throat. Old. Hungry. But I swallowed them. For now. I didn't sleep. The elder dozed fitfully beside the coals. His breathing rattled like old leather torn by wind. I sat awake, watching the doorway, listening to the wind crawl over the roof. The thing was restless. It pulsed in my veins like fever. They're afraid. I said nothing. You could make them kneel. My fingers flexed on the spear. The runes burned. Say the words. I clenched my jaw. Black blood leaked between my teeth. No. It laughed. The sound echoed in my skull. You're weak. I shook. My breath steamed in ragged gasps. They're my people. They cast you out. I squeezed my eyes shut. They're afraid, I whispered. They should be. Silence. My heart slowed. My breath calmed. Outside, the wind died for a moment. The world held its breath. I felt tears freeze on my cheeks. I wiped them away with a snarl and waited for dawn. Dawn broke pale and cold. The elder woke coughing. He didn't look at me, didn't speak. I stood slowly. My joints cracked. My blood felt thick as tar. I shouldered my pack, gripped my spear. The door creaked open. Cold wind rushed in, carrying snow and silence. I stepped outside. They were waiting. Men with spears and knives. Women clutching children. Eyes filled with terror. They parted for me. No one spoke. The elder shuffled out behind me. His voice broke the silence. Go. I turned to him. My eyes burned. My mouth split in a black smile. I was already gone. Say it, the thing hissed. My fingers twitched. The words rose, but I swallowed them. The elder's eyes shone with tears. May the spirits have mercy on us. I laughed once. Bitter. They won't. I walked. The wind howled. I didn't look back. I left them behind. The wind at my back felt colder than ever. Each step sank into snow crusted with frost, crunching like old bones. My breath smoked in ragged clouds. My spear was heavy. My pack bounced against my shoulder, filled with the elder's last pity, a crust of bread, a twist of dried meat. Fools, the thing muttered inside me. They think you're gone for good. I didn't answer. My lips cracked. Black blood oozed and froze. You want them to forget. I spat. The blood hit the snow, steaming. They won't. The thing laughed. The land changed as I walked. The trees thinned, their trunks twisted with old scars where the spirits had marked them. Branches clacked in the wind like bones. I passed burned ground, an old campsite abandoned after a fire. Black ash stained the snow in sweeping arcs. I knelt, running a blackened finger through the cold soot. It smeared my skin like war paint. Good, the thing purred. Wear your truth. I stood. My legs trembled from cold and hunger. but I kept moving. Behind me, the wind caught the ash, lifting it into spirals that danced like spirits around my footprints. I didn't look back. I couldn't. I didn't sleep that night. I crouched beneath a twisted pine, the wind screaming through its branches. Fire was no comfort. I couldn't make one even if I tried. The words in me refused it. Flame sputtered and died in my hands. So I sat in the dark and remembered the trial, the circle of elders around me, faces painted with soot and fear, the old woman crying, my mother, my own hands bound, blood dripping from fresh carved runes. Kael, they had said, what have you done? I didn't answer then. I couldn't. Tell me, the thing whispers now. My teeth grind. Blood, I rasp. Yours. I shake my head. Their blood. The animals. The old words. I tried to call them, beg them for help, and my eyes burn. They listened. The wind rattles the tree above me. Ice falls like broken glass. You were always mine. I close my eyes. I don't argue, because I know it's true. By dawn, my joints are stiff as deadwood. I rise slowly, my breath tearing in my chest. I keep moving. South now. Away from the village. Away from what's left of my shame. Hours pass. The sky stays a dull, bruised gray. No sun. No warmth. Then I see it. The river. Frozen thick, split with black cracks that look like runes. I know this place. Where they cast me out. My feet crunch onto the ice. It groans beneath me, the sound deep as a growl. Shapes move under the frozen surface. Long, sinuous things. Pale eyes opening in the depths. Home, the thing sighs. I snarl. Shut up. It laughs. Speak the words. Break it. I kneel, pressing a palm to the ice. My fingers burn. The runes on my skin glow. Memories crash in. The elders chanting. My mother screams. My own blood soaking the riverbank. Say it, it urges. I slam my fist onto the ice. Cracks radiate out in a web. The river answers with a roar. Water churns beneath. Yours, it hisses. I lean forward, teeth bared. No, I rasp. I stand. I turn away. The ice groans. But it holds. Snow begins to fall by dusk. Fat, heavy flakes that coat everything in silent white. The world grows quiet. Too quiet. My breath rasps. I can feel the thing's hunger pressing at the edges of my mind. They deserve it. I snarl. Shut up. They cast you out. Let you freeze. Let you starve. My boots sink into the fresh snow. My spear is heavy across my shoulders. Say it. I grind my teeth until they crack. Blood runs down my chin. I will give you warmth. Power. Enough to burn their homes. Enough to make them beg. I stagger. Fall to my knees. The snow muffles everything. My sobs. My curses. Speak, it hisses. My voice breaks. No. Silence. The wind picks up, blowing snow in swirling, choking clouds. I curl in on myself. I don't sleep. I endure. The storm rages around me, howling my name. But I don't answer. By morning, the storm has buried me. I dig out slowly, limbs trembling, breath ragged. Frost clings to my beard in brittle shards. My fingers crack and bleed. I stand, shake snow from my shoulders. My spear is almost too heavy to lift. The world is white, silent, except for the thing in my blood. You will speak, it promises. I ignore it. I turn south again. Hours pass. My stomach twists in hunger. My vision blurs. Then I see it. Smoke on the horizon. A camp. Hunters. My legs move on their own. As I get closer, I see the pelts drying on racks. The meat smoking over low fires. I see their eyes widen when they see me. They reach for blades. My heart hammers. My fingers twitch. The words rise in my throat like bile. Say it. I clench my teeth. Blood runs from my nose. I lower my spear. Food, I croak. Please. They stare. But they don't attack. Not yet. They let me in. Reluctantly. They watch me like they would a starving wolf circling their children. but they handed me a chunk of dried meat, a strip of fat, a skin of water. I ate with shaking hands. Blood dripped from cracked lips. My teeth had sharpened. I felt them cut the flesh of my mouth. No one spoke. Their fire was small, hissing in the cold. The smoke curled up and vanished in the gray sky. I sat apart. My spear laid across my lap, my fingers black with frost and runes. The hunters muttered to each other. I heard words. Witch. Monster. Banished. Kill them, the thing urged inside me. Say the words. Take everything. My head bowed. My shoulders shook. Stop, I whispered. One of them heard. He spat into the snow. What are you? I raised my head slowly. My eyes burned. My breath steamed black. Hungry, I rasped. He flinched. Kill, the thing repeated, almost gleeful. I closed my eyes. Thank you, I forced out. Silence. They didn't answer. They didn't have to. They feared me enough to let me live. And that was enough. For now. They kept watch on me all night. One of them didn't sleep at all. Scar across his nose. Eyes like splinters of ice. He never looked away. When dawn threatened, he spoke. Voice low. Measured. You're Kael, aren't you? The banished. I didn't answer. He shifted closer to the fire, light flickering in his pale eyes. I heard the stories. That you carved old words into your flesh. Called spirits to do your bidding. My fingers twitched. Blood dripped onto the snow. Say it, the thing purred. Show him. I clenched my teeth. My jaw cracked. The hunter smiled. Not kindly, not cruelly. Just knowing. Don't lie. I can see it in you. I met his gaze. My voice was a rasp of broken glass. I didn't know what I was doing. He snorted. No one ever does. We sat in silence, the fire popping and spitting. At last he spoke again. Where will you go? I looked into the dark. The snow fell silently. South, I said. Away. His smile faded. You can't outrun it. I didn't answer, because I knew he was right. When the others slept, he stayed awake, watching me. I sat apart, clutching my spear, fighting the thing that squirmed in my blood. He tossed another log onto the fire. Sparks flew up, guttered in the wind. Kael, he said at last. I turned, slow and stiff. He gestured at my hands. I've seen marks like those before, on raiders from the north. Blood cultists. My mouth filled with black spit. I swallowed it. Kill him, the thing hissed. I shuddered. I'm not them, I rasped. He studied me for a long time. Then he nodded once. But you're worse, aren't you? My fingers dug into the spear until blood seeped. He lowered his voice. I won't tell them. Not yet. But you need to leave before dawn. The words struck me like a blow. Say it, the thing urged. My mouth opened. Old words burned in my throat. But I forced them down. I will, I whispered. He nodded. His eyes never wavered. Good. Dawn was a thin line of blood on the horizon. The camp slept uneasily. Only the scarred hunter watched me go. I didn't speak. He didn't wave. My spear dug into the snow with every step. My breath hissed black. My fingers cracked and bled, the runes pulsing softly in the cold. Coward, the thing taunted. You could have killed them all. I kept walking. Snow fell in heavy sheets. The world blurred to white. My thoughts burned. Memories of the village. The elders' tears. The children's fear. They will never accept you. I know, I breathed. They will hunt you. Kill you. I wiped blood from my chin. Let them try. Say it. I shook. My mouth trembled. But I didn't. The wind howled. My footprints filled in behind me. I kept going. South. Always south. The landscape changed. Snow thinned. Rocks jutted from the earth like broken teeth. The cold eased, replaced by damp. But life did not return. Nothing grew here. No birds sang. The ground was black and slick with old rot. I smelled it before I saw it. A carcass. Something large. An elk, ribs cracked open, guts spilling black ichor onto the ground. Flies froze and fell from the air around it. I knelt. Fingers brushed the blood. It steamed even in the cold. "This is your gift," the thing crooned. "Your mark." My chest ached. My heart beat once. Hard. I wiped my hand on my coat. The blood soaked in, leaving a black stain that pulsed with light. "Spread it." I stood. My legs trembled. My spear felt too heavy. I looked south. The path led into darker places. Dead trees. Pools of black water. Places the tribes wouldn't go. "Ours," the thing whispered. My breath rattled. My eyes burned. But I kept walking, because there was nowhere else to go. I enter the forest by dusk. What trees remain are twisted, blackened things, their barks split and weeping sap like blood. The air is thick with rot. Even the wind seems to choke on it. My boots sink into mud that sucks at me with every step. Faint shapes hang from branches. Bones. Fetishes. Charms strung on sinew. Wardings meant to keep spirits out. They do nothing for me. "Welcome," the thing hisses. "This place knows us." My fingers flex on the spear. The runes carved into my flesh throb. I feel warmth in them, foul and seductive. Shadows move between the trees. Low shapes, four-legged, snarling. I don't run. They watch me. Glowing eyes, yellow teeth. When I take a step, they flinch back, whining. Tails low. They smell it in me. They fear you, the thing purrs. As they should. I force myself onward. Branches scrape my face. My breath comes in ragged gasps. My mouth tastes of blood and old words I refuse to speak. The forest closes around me like a coffin. I keep going, because there's nowhere else. I find a pool in the forest. Black water rimmed with moss and bones. No ripples, even when the wind blows. I kneel beside it. I see my reflection. My face is gaunt, cheeks hollow, eyes sunken and ringed with frostbite scars. Lips cracked and bleeding. But the worst is the glow. The runes carved into my fingers and arms pulse with sick light. My eyes catch it, burning like embers. "Beautiful," the thing croons. I spit. Black saliva hits the water, spreading like oil. My reflection grins. "Teeth too long." "Say it." I slam my fist into the pool. Water erupts, drenching me in cold and filth. The image shatters, but the laughter remains. "You can't hide from us." My breath hitches. I grip my spear so hard the wood cracks. Blood seeps from my palms. But I don't speak the words. Not yet. Deeper in the forest, I find them. A ring of stones blackened by fire. Bones piled high at the center. Human bones. Charms hang from poles around the circle. Skulls with runes carved deep, filled with dried blood. Old rites. Older than the tribe. "Home," the thing whispers. I step inside. The air is thick, heavy, tastes of iron and mold. My runes burn on my skin. The words rise in my throat like vomit. I fight them, but memories crawl in. Nights chanting under black skies. Blood dripping onto cold stones. Promises I didn't understand. "Finish it," the thing urges. I fall to my knees. My fingers claw at the mud. Blood seeps into it, turning it black. The bones shift. Crack. I scream, but I don't say the words. Silence falls. The thing inside me sulks. Weak. I push myself up, shaking, and keep going. I haven't eaten in days. My stomach clenches like a fist. My breath comes in ragged gasps. My vision blurs at the edges. The forest taunts me with decay. Mushrooms the color of bruises. Pools slick with rot. Carrion half buried in mud. "Eat," the thing purrs. My mouth waters. I gag. I force myself onward. But it doesn't stop. "Feed. Take what you want." My hands tremble. The spear feels like dead weight. I see movement ahead. A boar. Thin, ribs showing. Snout buried in the mud. My pulse races. I raise the spear. "Say it," the thing whispers. "Make it yours." I don't. I lunge. The boar squeals, tries to flee. My spear plunges deep. Warm blood gushes. Steams in the cold. I fall on it. Tearing. Eating. Blood coats my face. My hands. Good, the thing laughs. Feed us. When it's over, I vomit. Black and red mingling in the mud. I sob once. Then I wipe my mouth. And keep moving. I find the old road at dawn. Barely more than ruts and frozen mud, lined with dead trees that claw the sky. I stand at its edge. My breath ragged. My body heavy with hunger and exhaustion. The thing is quiet now. Sated. Waiting. Forward, it whispers at last. I grip my spear. My fingers are cracked. Black blood seeps from old wounds. I take one step, then another. The wind howls. The trees groan. But the path doesn't end. It twists and dips, disappears into fog. I keep going, because there is no choice. My eyes burn. My mouth tastes of old blood. Say it, the thing coaxes. I swallow hard. No, I rasp. Silence. But I feel it smile inside me. Not yet. I keep walking, always forward. The road grows worse. Mud turns to slick black clay that clings to my boots. Every step is harder than the last. The trees close in, limbs twisted like broken fingers. I see them now, eyes in the dark, low to the ground, high in the branches, watching. Not animals, not people, spirits. The tribe warned me about this place. The cursed way. No one comes back who takes it. They're afraid, the thing inside me whispers. Of you. My grip tightens on the spear. My fingers ache, cracked and bleeding. The eyes don't blink. Don't move. Just watch. A voice rises from the trees. Not human. Not quite. Kael. I flinch. My breath steams. You carry it. I swallow. My throat is dry. My heart beats too loud. It wants out. The thing inside me shifts, delighted. Answer them. I shake my head. No. The eyes narrow. The voice sighs. You can't hold it forever. Silence follows. I turn away. I keep walking. The eyes follow. They always do. The path leads to a clearing. At its center stands a shrine. Stone slabs stacked without mortar, covered in lichen and frost. Old runes carved so deep the cuts are black with shadow. I stop at its edge. My breath catches. I know those symbols. I carved them when I was young, foolish, hungry for power. Come, the thing whispers. I don't move. This is where you first called me. My stomach twists. I see it all. Blood dripping from my hand onto the stone. My voice shaking as I spoke the words. The wind dying. The cold deepening. Eyes opening in the dark. Finish it. I fall to my knees. Tears freeze on my cheeks. My hands press into the cold earth. I didn't know. I rasp. You did. My fingers curl. Nails split. Blood seeps into the soil. Say it. I press my forehead to the cold stone. No. The wind howls through the clearing. But the shrine waits. Patient. Hungry. Night falls. I don't move from the shrine. I sit in the dark, the cold pressing against my bones. My breath comes slow. Labored. The thing is quiet now. Waiting. Testing. I feel it coil around my heart. Squeeze. You're dying, it murmurs. Cold. Hunger. Weak. I close my eyes. Speak. Live. My teeth chatter. I taste blood. I won't. It laughs. You can't kill me. I open my eyes. Stars will overhead. Distant. Indifferent. No. I whisper. But I can starve you. Silence. Fool. My fingers tremble. I can barely grip the spear. The wind picks up. Snow falls in thick curtains. I curl in on myself. I feel it rage. Dive in. I don't answer. I let the cold in. I wake before dawn. Barely. My body is numb. My fingers stiff. Black with frostbite. But I'm alive. The thing inside me is quiet. Sullen. I push myself up. My knees crack. My breath rasps. The shrine looms behind me, its runes dull. Go, it says finally. I turn away. My legs are weak. My vision swims. But I move. Step after step. Through snow that clutches at me. past trees that seem to reach for me. The wind howls, but I don't listen. You think you're free? It hisses. I don't answer. You think they'll forgive you? I grit my teeth. Blood leaks down my chin. You think you'll forgive yourself? My heart pounds. I walk faster. The sun rises, pale and cold. It offers no warmth, but it offers light. And for now, that's enough. By noon, I reach the end of the forest. The trees thin. The ground rises to a rocky bluff overlooking endless plains. I stop. Below me, the land stretches forever. Gray, frozen, silent. No villages, no fires, no tribe, freedom, or exile. The wind cuts at my face. My fingers are claws of blackened flesh. My eyes burn. There is nowhere for you, it says softly. I close my eyes. I see the elders' tears, the scarred hunter's knowing gaze, the children's fear. Say it, it pleads now. My mouth opens, but no words come. I swallow hard. I lift my spear. I take one step forward, then another, down the bluff, into nothing. We're waiting, it whispers. I keep walking, and for the first time, it sounds afraid. I walk until my legs buckle. The snow gives way to hard frozen earth, cracked like old skin. No trees here, no shelter, only wind that never dies, and a sun that crawls in gray silence across a frozen sky. My breath rasps, leaving plumes of black mist. My lips are cracked, bleeding. My fingers are numb stumps, black to the bone. But I move, always forward, because I have nothing else. The thing in my blood is quiet now, watching, seething. It knows what I'm doing, starving it, weakening it with every mile. It hisses in my head like wind through broken teeth. Kael, it growls. This is death. I grit my teeth. I speak aloud, my voice raw. I know. They will not forgive you. I laugh. It's a horrible sound, wet with blood. I don't want forgiveness. The wind cuts at my face. I feel the frostbite spread. I taste blood in every breath. You will die alone. I swallow hard. My mouth is dry. Good. I see shapes on the horizon. Not people. Not spirits. Stones stacked by ancient hands. Cairns that mark graves of men who tried this path before me. Their bones lie beneath them, rattling with wind and time. I stop at one, run my blackened fingers over cold stone. Words are carved there, but wind and frost have eaten them away. Only ghosts remain. You belong here, the thing whispers. With them, my knees shake. I sag forward, pressing my forehead to the stone. I know, I breathe. Silence answers, but the wind doesn't stop. I push myself up, legs trembling. My vision blurs, but I take another step, and another. My heart beats slow, heavy as a drum of war. I feel the thing in me recoil. Weak, hungry. You can't win, it snarls. I don't answer, because I know I can't. But I keep walking. The plain stretches forever. I walk until the sun sets behind me in a blaze of dying red. The sky turns purple, then black. Stars appear, cold pinpricks, indifferent to my suffering. My legs ache with every step. My boots fall apart. My toes are black and frozen, snapping like twigs inside rotting leather. I taste blood with every breath. But the thing inside me is restless. It rides beneath my ribs, claws at my heart. It smells death. It smells weakness. Speak, it croons. Say the words. Feed us. I snarl. My voice is dry and cracked. No. One word. One promise. And you will live. I stagger. Fall to one knee. My spear digs into the frozen dirt. They will kill you if you return. They will spit on your corpse. Eat them. Own them. Be their god. I spit blood. It freezes before it hits the ground. My fingers twitch. The runes glow faintly under cracked skin. I remember the elders' tears, the fear in their eyes, the child who hid behind his mother. You want their fear. My mouth trembles. Tears freeze on my lashes. No, I rasp. Silence. The wind howls over me. Biting. Tearing. Coward, it hisses. Weak. Useless. I force myself up. My legs scream. My heart lurches. But I take another step. And another. My breath rattles in my chest. Each exhale a black ghost. I don't look back. The thing snarls. But it has no choice. It goes with me. By dawn I can barely stand. The wind has stripped the world to nothing but gray and white. My spear is cracked. My coat is rags. Frost clings to my beard in sharp crystals. My blood feels like sludge. Every heartbeat is a hammer on my ribs. I fall. The ground meets me hard. Snow puffs in black-tinged clouds. My mouth fills with blood. I cough it out, see it freeze instantly. The thing laughs softly. It ends here. I try to rise. My arms shake. I fall again. Say it, it whispers. One word, one plea, and you will stand. Strong. Alive. I close my eyes. I see the tribe. The elders' lined face, wet with tears. The children cowering behind mothers. The scarred hunter with pity in his eyes. They cast me out. They had to. They hate you. My voice breaks. I know. Hate them back. I sob. The sound is brittle, lost in wind. Say it. I grit my teeth until they crack. Blood runs over them. No, I choke. Silence. Then die, it snarls. My breath hitches. Maybe, I rasp. Snow drifts over me. The wind howls in triumph. But the thing inside me is quiet. Watching. Waiting. Because it knows. It can't leave. If I die, it dies too. I lie there as the world turns white. Snow covers my legs, my arms, my face. My breath slows. Each exhale is weaker than the last. I think of them. The village. The walls of mud and timber. The fire pit that burned all winter. The elder's voice cracking with age and sorrow. My mother's eyes when they dragged me away. I think of the shrine in the forest. The blood I offered. The words I spoke. The thing I called. The thing that sits in my chest even now. Watching. Hating. Kael. Its voice is thin now. Weak. Speak. I open my mouth. Snow falls in. Melts on my tongue. Freezes again. My breath rattles. Please, it whines. I smile. My lips split and bleed. No, I whisper. Silence. Real silence. The wind dies. Snow falls straight down. No howl. No voice. I close my eyes. My heart slows. Once. Twice. Kael. A final, desperate whisper. I exhale. And for the first time in years, there is nothing. No voice. No hunger. Just cold. And silence. And peace.